Hey guys. So, sometimes I do worry about how much the pace of this little project has slowed as of late. You know, practically doing one color per set per day. It's gonna drag it out for a while longer. But on the other hand, I got really burned out on this after a while, so I guess taking it at a leisurely pace right now is probably the best thing for me to do. I don't need to get burned out on this little project again. Especially now that I'm so close to being complete with it. I mean, I've finished Onslaught. I'm almost halfway done with Urza's block. After this, it's just Invasion, Scars, Corsets, and Shards of an Alara block. And I've got almost no Alara blocks, so that will take me like minutes. Jeez. So anyways, second piece of Urza's block, looking at the green. All sorts of fun things in here. We've got Yavimaya Worm. He's 4 colors and a double green for a 6/4 trample. For the most part, strictly better than Crawlworm. One guy in the Wizard's message board tried to say Crawlworm could be better because there's an enchantment that gives creatures with no special abilities +2/+2, and it's like, you know what? Trying to say that one a really really obscure corner case is meaningful. It's Alright, it's like one of those things. It's like, yes, there's one really really obscure situation when Crawlworm is better. And for the most part, I'd probably still just junk that card and play Yavimaya Worm. Because, well, the worm's gonna hit more often. You can't really functionally chump block the Yavimaya Worm. The Craw you can. You throw a 1/1 token in front of a Crawlworm, you take no damage. You throw a 1/1 token in front of a Yavimaya Worm, you're taking 5. Oh well. Gang of Elk, I remember him being a pain in the buttocks back in Limited. Whenever a creature blocks it, the gang gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and it's already a 5/4. So it's like, yeah, you block it, he becomes an almost bigger problem. It's really hard to deal with without just straight up removal. Really hard. With the Seed Tree Folk, he was fun back in the day. A little bit color intensive. He's 2 and triple green, but he's a 5/3 trample, and he recurs himself to your hand when he goes to the graveyard. That's always nice. Might of Oaks. The only copy I have of the original printing. 3 colors and a green. Instant. Target creature gets +7/+7 till end of turn. I think it's more or less properly monocosted. It makes me in some way think about the new, I can't even remember what the heck it's called, the giant growth replacement that we have in M12 that costs a colorless more, but it's +4/+4 instead of +3/+3. I would have been happier with giant growth. I really would have. Maybe that's just me. Yavimaya Granger, he's a 2/2 for 2 colors and a green with Echo. When he comes into play, search your library for a basic land, put it into play tapped, shuffle. It's not bad for his mana cost. I mean, I'm not sure if I like the Echo cost. I mean, if he were reprinted today, I'd be tempted to say he'd have a lower Echo cost. Because quite bluntly put, most of the time I played him, I didn't pay the Echo. I just play him and let him die on the next turn. Simian Grunts is also 2 colors and a green for an Echo creature with Echo. But he's also got flash, and he's a 3/4. I consider him well worth it. It's just like, you need an emergency blocker? Well, there he is. If he dies in the process, oh well. If he doesn't, hey, you know, whatever. If you don't need him as an emergency blocker, play him at the end of your opponent's turn, pays Echo, you're swinging with him. Kid science, fun stuff. Lone Wolf, not the first. He's a 2/2. If he's blocked, Lone Wolf may you may choose to have Lone Wolf deal its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So he's not the first creature with that ability. I believe Thorn Elemental was the first. It's not terrifyingly. It's not a terrifyingly common ability. It's generally referred to as being superior to Trample, and I can't really disagree. I think it's different from Trample. There are a few instances where I'd rather have Trample than that ability, but not too many. Crop Rotation. Crop Rotation's an interesting card in that it really wasn't until today when I really closely looked at it that I realized why it's decent. Dare I say good. It's a green, it's an a cast, a single green, it's an instant. When you play it, you sacrifice a land, search for a land, put it into play, shuffle. Now here's the interesting part on this. Land does not come into play tapped, and it doesn't say a basic land, and it doesn't specify a land type. That's why it's good. You can search for non-basic lands with that. Rancor! Card some people like practically swear by. It's a green, it's a creature enchantment. Normally creature enchantments are really bad. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0 and trample. When Rancor goes to the graveyard for play, return it to hand. It's cheap to play, it has a good effect, and it recurs itself. That's just freaking fantastic. It really is. It's hard to go wrong with that. I mean, even if you're playing craziness, it's just like, yeah, first turn, Forest, Ornithopter, Rancor, go. Next turn, you're attacking with a 2/2 flying trample. Bloom. Hey, why not, right? Right? Okay, I'm going to wrap this video up, call it done for the day. I'll catch you kids tomorrow. Be safe, everybody.